The city of Pittsburgh's big celebration is underway, and the countdown is on to tonight's fireworks display. Right now, tens of thousands of people are on the North Shore as Pittsburgh's big celebration has moved from its traditional location at Point State Park. That's due to ongoing renovations for the NFL draft. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Erica Stanish.
And I'm Josh Taylor. Ken and Kim have the night off. And tonight we have team coverage. Ray Petland is tracking your fireworks forecast. We'll find out if rain will interrupt at any point. And Ricky Sayer is on Mount Washington, where Independence Day festivities are going on.
But first, we want to get to Chile Casa Adele over on the North Shore. Chile, what are you seeing?
Listen, guys, good evening to you guys. Happy 4th. Listen, I know that we're in the middle of summer, but let me tell you first here, it's time for a little bit of school, right? If you're coming down today, you should just know this. These are the things that you're not allowed to bring. I'll read them for you. Alcohol, ammunition, drones, explosive, firearms, fireworks, grills, knives, laser pointers, mace and pepper spray, pop-up tents, razor blades, selfie sticks, structures, stun guns, tasers, toy guns, weapons of any kind. So just be wary. You also can't bring tents here as well. Over the course of the day, we have seen plenty of people filing in through these gates to head in towards the activations here that we got for this big 4th of July celebration over the course of time. It started around maybe 2 or 3. We started to see people come in, and then the line started to file here just before 4. That's when they started to move in now. If you'll notice, when you come down here, if you're coming down here tonight, there are 3 different ways you can get in. This is one of them. There are also 2 other points over the course of here, the security perimeter, where you can enter tonight. And there are yellow barricades all around the security perimeter where the stage is. That is on the Great Lawn. Now, we have seen officers on bikes, car patrol, walking around as well. We have seen officers from county police on horses today. So there's a lot of people coming through. Obviously, the goal here is to make sure everything goes on without an interruption today. But listen, even though these festivities are being held on the North Shore, it's still someplace that always gets protected by police, by public safety. So there's not much of a change here in the security plan.
It really wasn't too difficult to plan because North Shore has always been a big place for people to go, even though it's not the official site of the celebration. You know, normally that's Point State Park. The bags will be screened as well as wanding metal detection as appropriate.
Just know as well, right, you won't be able to bring any tents or grills down here if you're used to doing that. There are also going to be a lot of road closures. The first wave of those came in around 2 o'clock. There's going to be more at 7 o'clock, then 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock as well, the Clemente Bridge back there is also going to close off to cars, so just make sure you're wary of that. If you're coming down here, just know the celebration is ongoing. It started at 4. The food trucks will be open here till 9 o'clock. Right now, there's music in the background going on, too. Many people doing face painting, other stuff in there. 9:35, that is when the fireworks are expected to go off. Happy 4th, guys. Sending it back to you guys in the studio. Reporting live here on the North Shore.
Chile, thank you. And Yinzers are also celebrating the 4th of July on Mount Washington. There are events at Emerald View Park's Grandview Bandstand, and that's where we find KDKA's Ricky Sayer tonight.
It's been a tradition for years for people to watch the fireworks from Grandview Avenue up on Mount Washington. Well, now you can do that while also listening to music. It's the 2nd year they're doing this here in Emerald View Park. This is officially being called Steel City Blast at Grandview. People here have been taking advantage of the shade up on the hillside. Some of them told me a motivating factor to come here is to avoid some of the bigger crowds that are going to be down on the North Shore. They are also very excited to hear some of the music that is going to be playing this evening. We've seen Ansel Brown performing a number of upbeat and patriotic tunes. Up next is Needs Hotel, and then Billy Price is going to be coming on at 8, and they will be playing until the fireworks begin. There's also a few vendors here with food and drinks, so you won't get too thirsty or hungry. Here's some of what we heard from the growing crowd.
We're here to have fun, enjoy the view, listen to the awesome singing that Ansel Brown there is putting on for us, and enjoying the sun and celebrating our independence.
You do have to be careful here if you want a view of those fireworks. Trees do block some, but not all, of the view. Reporting on Mount Washington, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.
Keeping an eye on Westmoreland County. On Independence Day, the red, white, and blue was on full display this year at Latrobe's annual 4th of July parade. This year marks the parade's 55th anniversary, having first stepped off all the way back in 1969. Thousands of people showed up to watch as marching bands, veterans groups, first responders, and more all went by, waving to the crowd.
What do you love so much about the 4th of July parade here in Latrobe?
I just like it just because, like, everybody gets together and it's a big ordeal, and it's like, you know, the biggest thing in Latrobe that happens other than Steeler training camp.
As we talk about the festivities, as we talk about everything on the North Shore and going on around the area, you look outside, it feels like the perfect time to be out and about celebrating. Right
oh my gosh, you couldn't ask for better weather right now. And Ray, it looks like we're going to have that continuation for the rest of the weekend.
Oh yeah, this weekend is going to get hotter, so that part of the complaint box will start to fill up a little bit, but I think we're going to keep it mostly dry. Temperatures right now for a 4th of July, you could not ask for anything better. 83 in Pittsburgh in California, 82 up in Zelienople. You get to Greensburg and Connellsville, 82 as well with Katanning. Some 70s floating around out there, and this is with low humidity. Typically dew points in the lower 60s, even mid 60s, where it starts to get a little sticky if not muggy. We have dew points in the 50s and low 60s, so it's barely registering. So we just have some warm temperatures and a little tiny bit of humidity to deal with. But for a 4th of July and big festivities going on, I think this is a pretty nice day. Closest rain or thunder that we see is out towards the western part of Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair, that little tiny lake near Detroit. But what we're going to end up seeing is a better chance for thunderstorms trying to show up heading into early next week. So there is going to be that shower and thunderstorm chance returning, but it's going to be a beautiful night. We do have some hot temperatures this weekend, and storms are looking to make a comeback for next week. But look at all those boats out there, and going through the next 12 hours, look how this works out. Clear skies, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Those temperatures are going to be falling into the 70s. By early tomorrow morning, we're down into the 60s. That's where we start to crank up the heat. How hot we're going to get and for how long, coming up.